Hello YouTube, today I'm going to be showing you a Saradomin Encampment guide for melee combat training. So what is Saradomin Encampment? Saradomin Encampment is a God Wars Dungeon minion room for Commander Ziliana. You can get there by God Wars Dungeon Teleport, which requires the Mighty Fall quest complete, or the regular Spellbook Trollheim Teleport, then run north by climbing the mountain to the God Wars Dungeon entrance. As soon as you enter the God Wars Dungeon, you go to the southeast section, then climb the rocks, and then you end up in the Saradomin Encampment. The fastest way to get there is actually the Max Guild boss portal. You'll end up one room before Commander Ziliana, but what you want to do is climb up the rocks, then you'll end up in the encampment. The minimum requirements for this are 70 agility to access this location, and 83 slayer to be able to do damage against spiritual mages. So here's a brief overview of this encampment. It's a very dangerous area, so you gotta be really careful. You can easily die here if the Saradomin creatures pile on you. However, if you're wearing a Shard of Zeros, which is from the Fate of the Gods quest reward, or any Saradomin or Zamorak item, the creatures won't be aggressive against you. Although I personally don't recommend you wear any of these because you want the monsters to be aggressive on you. That way you can maximize experience rates as they're cluttering together. Alright, so for my gear setup, I have Ghost Hunter set. What does Ghost Hunter do? Well, it increases damage and experience against ghosts by 10% each, so essentially 21% boost. This equipment is a rare drop from any ghosts. It may take a while to get, but it's well worth your time, especially if you're going to train here. You only need 3 pieces to get the full 10% effect, so you can mix and match whatever you like. Personally for me, I wear the Completionist cape, so that's why I prefer having the cape on. But really, it depends on what you prefer, you know? The weapon I'm using is a Nox Scythe. Why is Nox Scythe preferred? The reason I'm using this is because it has a 5x5 radius with AoE abilities. If you don't have a scythe, a weaker alternative is a tuned Crystal Halberd. The amulet I'm using is Zealots. What this amulet does is that it offers 18% damage increase with Leech Strength Prayer, compared to 10% with Turmoils instead. The ring I'm wearing is a superior Leviathan ring. What this ring does is that it has a small chance of reducing incoming damage by half. The pocket slot I'm wearing is a Scrimshaw of Vampirism. It heals back around 5% of the total damage you deal, which is actually a lot considering you're going to use AoE abilities. It has no healing cap unlike Vampirism aura. It lasts 3 hours before degrading into dust. The aura I'm using is an Equilibrium aura. What this aura actually does is that it increases your minimum hit by 25% but decreases your max hit by 25%. Typically, ability damage ranges from 20 to 100% damage. With this aura, you'll be dealing 45 to 75% damage, which is more consistent. It lasts 2 hours compared to 1 hour to most auras. Otherwise, just use Vampirism aura if you're short of healing. For inventory setup, I have Supreme Overloads, Super Prayer Renewal, and Weapon Poison++. I also have Replenishment Potions, which acts as an Adrenaline and Super Restore Potion. It's really useful when you're short of Adrenaline and you want to use your thresholds that are off cooldown. I bring a few pieces of emergency food. I also bring a Spring Cleaner because the monsters in the encampment drop Battle Stabs and Rune Armor to break it down. A Tuned Ectoplasmator is really nice to have here. Not only do you get Prayer XP from Ghosts, but Demon Horn Necklace also helps you restore Prayer. I bring a Ring of Vigor swap because it saves 10% after an ultimate ability, and I also bring an Enhanced Excalibur as an extra healing source. Bone Crusher and Charming Imp are in my tool belt, which can be purchased for 500 Slayer points each. Alright, so here's my strategy. The prayer I'm using is Leech Strength, Leech Defense, and Deflect Mage. So for ability bar rotation, I have Cleave on the first slot. I use Quake and Hurricane as often as possible for AoE thresholds. Meteor Strike is a powerful ultimate AoE ability. To utilize the AoE abilities, just look for a cluster of mobs. The map is fairly small, but it has a few boulders. Every 10 minutes or so, just enter and exit the room to renew aggression. The drops here are not really that great. You mainly profit from Spring Cleaner. Don't bother area looting as it's not worth it. The cost per hour is not that much. It's mainly from the degrading costs of Scythe and Scrimshaw Vampirism. You also spend some Ghostly Essence here, but not that much anyways. So the question is, do other combat styles work here as good as Scythe? The answer is, at this moment, no. So how does this compare using a Scythe in the Abyss? Well, it's faster than the Abyss, and it's easier to find a spot here because people only come for kill count. However, it's not AFK and it's quite dangerous. Overall, I got 960k melee XP this hour. I had a clan avatar bonus, but without the clan avatar I would have gotten 905k at least. I also got 72k prayer XP from Bone Crusher and a Tuned Ectoplasmator. So is this method worth doing? Yes, because it's really OP. It can also be done with a spiritual mage task, but Morven doesn't assign them. So yeah, thanks for watching and I hope it helps. If I missed anything, feel free to ask.